Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3 has a Maki episode that Twitter called peak cinema. And it also has manga readers, critics, and longtime fans pointing at that same episode saying something went wrong. I've watched JJK from the beginning. I remember how good it felt. The Shibuya incident, the Gojo prison realm moment, the way that season felt genuinely dangerous. JJK used to feel like a show that was willing to hurt you. And somewhere along the way, it stopped. Today I want to talk about what happened. Not to cancel JJK, not to farm controversy, but because it's a genuinely interesting case study in how a great show can drift. And I want to show you 5 anime that never made that trade, shows that started with something to say, and kept saying it all the way through. Let's get into it. Let me give you the specific complaint, because it's overrated means nothing without evidence. Jujutsu Kaisen Season 1 was special for one reason. The threat felt real. Yuji Itadori was not safe. Nobody was safe. The characters made decisions with consequences. People died and it mattered. The cursed energy system was genuinely interesting. Not just flashy, actually interesting. Then came the Shibuya incident in Season 2. And Shibuya is still one of the best arcs in modern shonen. The scale, the consequences, the Gojo reveal, that arc delivered on everything the show had been building. But here's what happened after. The Culling Game arc is where Season 3 lives, and something changed in how the show handles its most important moments. Episode 4 of Season 3, the Maki episode. If you don't know the setup, here it is. Maki Zenin is one of the best characters in JJK. Her arc is about surviving a family that treated her as worthless, about earning power through pure will when cursed energy was denied to her. It's a compelling arc with real emotional stakes. Episode 4 covers what should be the defining payoff moment. The moment Maki becomes something terrifying, something free. And the episode looks incredible. The animation is extraordinary. The music lands, the voice acting is committed. But here's what manga readers said immediately after it aired. The specific moment that made this scene devastating in the manga was rushed. The weight of what Maki went through, the exact cost of her transformation, was compressed, smoothed over for momentum. So the payoff lands, but softer than it should. You feel something, but not everything you were supposed to feel. And this is the pattern emerging in Season 3. Production doing the emotional work that the writing should have done. When something looks so good, your brain tricks itself into feeling something profound. That's not storytelling. That's style covering for substance. And the question is, what happens when the style can't cover everything? So what does it look like when a dark fantasy anime respects its emotional beats all the way through? The first anime is Hunter x Hunter 2011, specifically the Chimera Ant arc. I know what you're thinking. Everyone already knows HXH. Maybe. But here's my question. How many of you actually finished the Chimera Ant arc? Because it's slow. Intentionally, deliberately, unapologetically slow. The arc is approximately 60 episodes long. The first 20 episodes barely feature the main characters. They're about the ants, their hierarchy, their internal politics, their slowly evolving humanity. By the time the real confrontation comes, you know these antagonists better than most shonen know their protagonists. And that's exactly what makes the payoff work. When Meruem, the Chimera Ant King, sits across from Komugi and plays a board game with her, a blind girl, the world's best gungi player, a conqueror who has never lost at anything. It sounds absurd. It is absurd. And it is the most emotionally devastating thing in the entire run of Hunter x Hunter. Not a battle, not a power revelation, not a sacrifice, a board game. Because Yoshihiro Togashi spent 60 episodes making you care about both of them before he put them in that room. JJK Season 3 rushes Maki's payoff. HXH 2011 makes you wait an entire arc to understand what loss actually means. The Chimera Ant arc begins around episode 76. Do not skip to it. Watch from the beginning. The pacing is doing something on purpose. Trust it. 148 episodes total. Every one of them earns its place. If HXH made your patience pay off, the next one will hit even harder. The second anime is The Promised Neverland Season 1. Just Season 1. I'm being very specific. Because Season 2 exists, and we are not talking about Season 2. Season 1, 12 episodes. Produced by Cloverworks, 2019. One of the most perfectly constructed single seasons of anime ever made. The premise: 3 children live in an orphanage that seems idyllic. They're cared for, educated, fed, and then one of them discovers what the orphanage actually is. I'm not going to say more, because if you haven't seen it, that discovery should happen to you the way it happens to the characters, cold, without warning, in the first episode. Here's the connection to JJK. The Promised Neverland Season 1 is built entirely on tension that never releases. Every single scene has stakes. Every adult is a potential threat. Every conversation could be the one that ends everything. And the show maintains that level of threat for 12 episodes without once cheating, without inserting a convenient power-up, without softening a moment because it might be hard to watch. There's a scene in episode 2. The children are pretending they know nothing, and the adult they're pretending with knows they know, and she knows they know she knows. And everyone is performing normality while barely managing to breathe. That scene has no special animation, no cursed technique, no choreography, just two people sitting across from each other, and it is the most tense sequence I have watched in anime. Because the writing did that, not the production. JJK started with that energy, that genuine danger. The Promised Neverland Season 1 never lost it. 12 episodes. Stop after Season 1. You've been warned. The third anime is Vinland Saga. 2 seasons. WIT Studio for Season 1, MAPPA for Season 2. And if you want to see the opposite of a protagonist who gets stronger and stays the same, this is it. Season 1 is about Thorfinn, a boy whose father was killed in front of him, who spends years following his father's murderer, fighting for the right to duel him, living for revenge. Season 1 is violent, fast, some of the best hand-to-hand combat animation in recent memory. Thorfinn is skilled, dangerous, and completely hollow inside. He has one purpose, and that purpose is consuming him. Then something happens at the end of Season 1 that I will not spoil, and Season 2 begins. And Thorfinn is a farmhand. He doesn't fight. He won't fight. He's trying to work through what he became. A lot of people drop the show here because it's slow, because the violence is gone. Those people miss the entire point. Season 2 of Vinland Saga is one of the most honest portrayals of a person trying to stop being what violence made them. Thorfinn doesn't have a dramatic redemption arc. He has anxiety. He has nightmares. He has days where working in a field is the hardest thing he's ever done. It's not glamorous. It doesn't feel like anime. And it is the best character work in recent shonen-adjacent anime by a significant margin. JJK has characters who suffer. Vinland Saga has a character who processes suffering. That difference is the entire gap between a good show and a great one. 24 episodes across 2 seasons. Watch both, in order. Don't skip the farm. The fourth anime is Kaiji, Ultimate Survivor, 2007. 26 episodes, based on a manga by Nobuyuki Fukumoto. I'm putting this on the list because it does something JJK increasingly fails to do. Every moment costs something. Every scene has a consequence. Nothing is free. Kaiji is about a broke, unemployed man who gets tricked into illegal gambling to pay off a debt. That's the entire premise. No cursed energy, no special abilities, no protagonist who was always secretly chosen for greatness, just a man who is bad with money and slightly cleverer than he appears. And the show turns that into 26 episodes of the most intense viewing I've experienced in anime. Here's what Fukumoto does that most shonen cannot. The tension doesn't come from, will Kaiji win this fight? It comes from, how is Kaiji going to survive this with nothing? Every solution he finds creates a new problem. Every clever moment is balanced immediately by a devastating consequence. There is no safety net in this show, and that means every win, when it comes, is genuinely earned. You feel it in your stomach, not because the animation is beautiful, because you've been holding your breath for 4 episodes waiting for something to go right. JJK used to create that feeling. Early JJK was genuinely tense. Kaiji never stopped being tense. 2 seasons available, both excellent. Start with the first arc and clear your schedule. The 5th anime is Berserk, the 1997 version. Not the 2016 CGI adaptation, not the films, the 1997 television series, 25 episodes, and still one of the most important anime ever made. The connection to JJK is direct. Berserk is about Guts, a man born from a hanged corpse, raised by mercenaries, abandoned by everyone who ever mattered. A man who fights because fighting is the only thing he knows how to do. And then he meets Griffith, the most charismatic, brilliant, and dangerous person Guts has ever encountered, leader of the Band of the Hawk. And for 25 episodes, the show is about what it means to find people worth fighting for, about loyalty, about ambition, about the cost of wanting something so badly you will pay any price. The 1997 series ends at a specific moment. That moment is called the eclipse, and it is the most devastating conclusion to a story arc I've encountered in anime. Not because of the animation, which is limited by 1997 standards, but because the show spent 25 episodes making you love these people. And then it showed you exactly what love costs when ambition is involved. JJK Season 3 is trying to deliver emotional devastation. Berserk 1997 actually does it. Because Guts is not a protagonist who gets more powerful. Guts is a protagonist who loses things, specific, irreplaceable things. And the show never pretends that getting stronger makes that okay. 25 episodes. After you finish them, the manga picks up the story. The 1997 anime ends at a point that will make you immediately need to know what happens next. That is not a flaw. That is exactly what great storytelling is supposed to do. So here's what these 5 anime share. Hunter x Hunter, The Promised Neverland, Vinland Saga, Kaiji, Berserk 1997. None of them are afraid of the cost of doing this right. They take their time. They trust their audience. They don't smooth over difficult moments because the animation can cover it. They make the difficult moments the point. JJK is still a great action anime. The production is extraordinary. Season 3 has moments that genuinely hit. But it's becoming a show that trusts its visuals more than its writing. And that's a loss, because Shibuya Incident JJK and Season 3 JJK feel like different shows. And I'd rather watch the one that was willing to hurt me. So tell me where you land. Do you think JJK Season 3 is living up to what this show was? Or do you think something got lost along the way? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. And if this is the kind of conversation you want to keep having, subscribe to Revive Lab. We do this every week, finding the anime the algorithm forgot, the hype never reached, the ones that changed how someone thought about what anime could be. Don't sleep on these.